Good morning, good morning, good morning. We'll give it a minute or two for everybody to jump on.
I can't stop the.
Good to see you this morning. Come on now.
I can't stop the.
James Love.
I can't stop the. I can't stop the. I can't stop the. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance.
Come on now.
Creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All the things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Everybody say.
Come on, come on, come on. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Good to see you. Good start to this Monday. Who's ready? Who's ready to make good choices to find your week? Yes? You ready to go this week? Okay. How many of you, wherever you live, it's cold? Because the cold just happened in Dallas, Texas. Come on now. Come on now. Can you feel it? All right. Hey, if you live anywhere in Texas or the surrounding area, if I hear you complain about it being cold after it's been 145 degrees, we're going to have a one-on-one coaching call around your mindset, okay? Come on. Welcome the cold. Bring it. Bring it. Hey, it's great to see everybody this morning. I'm excited to get started with you. As we get started this morning, let's hear from one or two of you. Tell me something good this morning. What's something good that has happened in your life, in your business, in your heart? Just tell me something good before we go into our journal time. Who wants to kick us off? Come on. I know good things have happened. Give me something good.
Hey, Dusty, I'll kick us off.
Come on, David. Come on.
So I will just say I had the blessing and honor to meet you in person. So, and it changed my business for the greater. This next 18 months for me are going to be epic. And you have a large part to do with that.
Hey, man. Well, hey, brother, it was an honor to meet you, man. I was so excited to come spend the day with you guys on the rainiest day in Dallas, Texas history. It was awesome to meet you. And let me tell you something, man, you showed up big in that room. You keep showing up big for your family, keep showing up big for your kids. Come on now. Very good. Thank you, man. Bless you. Somebody else, what you got? What you got this morning? Something good. Tell me something good.
Morning, cuz.
Come on, cousin Sherry. Talk to me.
So I just drove into work, so it's a little dark, but it's the simple things. My baby sister from Sanger came down for the weekend. We went to little bitty Burton, Texas for a 3-block trick or treat with the 2 grandbabies Saturday night. It was just an awesome weekend. Remind you of the simple things. Now to go help 15,000 students in College Station ISD. I'm proud of you, cuz.
Come on. I love you. I love you. Hey, y'all hear where I get this accent from? Y'all hear that? That's in our bloodline. We don't know how to talk any other way. Okay. It's just how we show up. Sherry, I love you. I'm so thankful you're on here every morning. Hey, how about my cousin Sherry helping 15,000 students in College Station? You think that's changing the world? Come on now. Sherry, I don't know when we got old enough for grandbabies though. Slow down. Come on. Who else we got? Who else we got? Tell me something good this morning. Something good that's happened. Anybody? Anybody? We got a couple. Okay.
Well, Dusty, I will go.
Go for it. Go for it.
I'm just grateful to still be here. I actually had a car accident on this past Monday. Not sure about my car. It might be completely total, but my life is not total. I'm still here, so I'm grateful for that.
Come on. Come on, Lillian. We're thankful that you are okay. And that's right. We can replace cars, right? All right. Super thankful that you were okay. You got big purpose. Bruce Kaplan, go for it, Bruce.
Hey, Dusty. Well, I lived in Austin, Texas in 1975, a few years ago, but I never did get the accent.
Hey, we'll work on it, Bruce. We'll work on it.
Well, I was south of the Mason-Dixon line in Washington, D.C., so I picked up a little bit. That's where I spent the rest. But I'm living up here in Portland, Maine now, And thank God we are done with that craziness we had up in Lewiston. That's over with, and we're all trying to get our lives back together now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, we super thankful you're okay. And team, it's one of the reasons that we're getting on this call each and every single week, right?
Yeah.
The world we live in, as we know it today, we got challenges in front of us every day. And Bruce, we're praying for you guys. Challenging days and great days ahead. So thank you, brother. Thank you.
I'll say one thing, Dusty. I have a beautiful listing in Lewiston, Maine, man.
Come on now. Come on. I love it. Felicia, how about you? Go for it this morning.
Yes, glad to be here. I had a little bit of health scare last week. Was kind of dealing with some health stuff, and thankfully things kind of worked out, and I'm doing a lot better now. So I'm glad to kind of be back at life and back on the saddle. So
Come on. Come on. The world needs Felicia Carter. Come on. Felicia, happy and healthy. Let's go.
let's go.
Well, hey team, we're gonna start today like we do each and every single week, to make sure that we get our minds right, make sure we get our hearts right, make sure we get our spirit in alignment, right? When our minds and our hearts and our bodies and our spirit and our relationships begin to get in alignment, we begin to see order and rhythm. Okay, here's what I want you to hear this morning. There is order and rhythm available to you in your life, in your business, whatever line of work that you're in. And it all starts with how we think. It all starts in our mind. It all starts in our heart. And so that's where we start each and every single morning. So if you're new to the call, make sure each week you got something to write on and write with, because we're going to start every morning doing our journal entries. So as I play this song here in a few minutes, here's what I want you to think of today. First and foremost, what are you grateful for? To really take a look at your life, the blessings that you have. I know you may be in a difficult season today, and yet we talked this last week. If you weren't on the call, go back and listen to it. We talked about that there is beauty in becoming, that there's beauty in the dip. So take a look today at the beauty in becoming of your life. What are you grateful for? Write down who you're grateful for today. Write down who you're grateful for. I want you to, in particular, write down people today that you're grateful for that literally have been people that you have been accountable to, people that have stood in the gap for you, maybe when you were not in a great season, right? People that believed in you when you didn't even believe in you. You ever had people in your life do that, right? People that, man, you had no energy, you had no strength, you thought it was over, and they came in and said, it is not over, and we've got huge things in front of us. Let's get up. Those type of people. You tracking with me on this? Okay. Write down those people. Write down your I am statements today. Okay. You claim who you are today. I want to remind you today that you choose whatever comes after I am, right? That's why it's called an I am statement. Other people don't choose who you are. You choose that. You define you. Nobody else does. Are you with me? Secondly, whatever you put after I am, it's going to come find you. Okay. So let's start today with who we are. You claim it in your mind, your heart, your body, your spirit. Come on now. I'm going to play a song for us. And we're going to take a few minutes and journal. And then I want to hear from you on the other side of this. Okay. Here we go.
Shattered like you've never been before. The life you knew in 1,000 pieces on the floor. And words fall short in times like these, when this world drives you to your knees. You think you're never gonna get back to the you they used to be. Tell your heart to beat again. Close your eyes and breathe it in. Let the shadows fall away. Stand Just let that word wash over you. It's alright now. Love's healing hands have pulled you through. So get back up, take step one. Leave the darkness, feel the sun. 'Cause your story's far from over, and your journey's just begun. Tell your heart to beat again. Close your eyes and breathe it in. Let the shadows fall away. Step into the light of grace. Yesterday's a closing door. You don't live there anymore. Say goodbye to where you've been, and tell your heart to beat again. Let every heart break and every scar be a picture that reminds you who has carried you this far. 'Cause love sees farther than you ever could. In this moment, heaven's working everything for your good. Tell your heart to beat again. Close your eyes and breathe it in. Let the shadows fall away. Step into the light of grace. Yesterday's a closing door. You don't live there anymore. Say goodbye to where you've been, and tell your heart to beat again. Your heart to beat again. Beat again. Oh, so tell your heart to beat again.
Come on now. Come on now. That's the way to start this morning, right? Let's hear from some of you this morning. Put your digital hand up. Raise your physical hand if you don't know where your digital hand is. Here, we'll learn something on Zoom. If you look down at the bottom, there's a little thing that says reactions. It has a smiley face on it. If you click that, you can raise your hand. But then remember, you got to go back and take your hand down. I've done that before. Okay, go back and take your hand down. So what do we got this morning? Who wants to go? What are you grateful for this morning? Who are you grateful for this morning? Or what's some of your I am statements? Let's hear from you. Who wants to start us off? Let's go. Come on. I don't see any digital hands yet. Y'all gonna talk this morning? There we go. Shireen, let's go.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So grateful to be here. I am grateful to so many people who I don't even know who you are, who have made it happen behind the scenes, that are there to lift me up when I've fallen down, and specifically, well, I don't know who you are, but specifically to those people who may be holding a support role in our lives, as in husbands, as in assistants, as in all of those things that and they just do things and make it happen. So I'm grateful for those people. And Dusty, today, what I'm getting from today is that I get to be obedient to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I get to follow the instructions to get it done, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I love that. Come on now. Come on now. How many of you grateful for the people around you that you wouldn't be who you are if it wasn't for them, right? I love it. I love it. Felicia, go for it.
This is my topic, Dusty. I talk about this all day long. I've got some really great people in my life who have stood in the gap for me, and continue to stand in the gap for me, allow me to borrow from their confidence, love me. I've had people that have looked me in the eyes and said, I don't get to choose the way that they love me, right? And I know that has been the very intentional difference in my life, is having the right people in my world and to speak truth and life into me. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for each and every one of those people that God has placed in my life at different times in my story and different times in my life. And then the thing that, man, it just hit me this morning that, these I am statements, we do this every single day. And today my I am statement just being, hey, I'm valuable and I'm created and called to such a higher purpose, right? That God has created me on purpose for a purpose. So that's the thing that hit me between the eyes this morning, and that there were
Wow.
people in my story who have seen that gold inside of me and helped me to see that gold inside of me, because I didn't always think that.
That's right. Well, I can tell you, sister, as somebody who knows you well, you are valuable. Come on now. Come on. Am I right? Those of you who know Felicia, that sister is valuable. Come on. I love you, girl.
Love you.
David Young, come on. You there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here. So a couple things I wrote down. I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have with my company to lead people to God, kind of, because like God doesn't just put us in he doesn't just have somebody get a job for them. He has someone get a job for him. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be used as he used Gideon for his glory. God has been on my heart heavy, like for the past year and a half, about he wants to use me. And I noticed it. I was talking to my coach yesterday. I was telling her, for the first time in my life, I have 3 coaches who all are devout Christians. They put Jesus above everything. So for me, it is everything to be in this position that I'm in, because I know what God has called me to do for his kingdom. So I'm just very grateful for that.
Come on. Come on. Come on. I love to hear it, David. I love that. Hey, every one of you on this call, I can promise you this. You have a divine and defined purpose, right? Come on. A defined purpose, each and every single one of you. We get the opportunity, regardless of the industry you're in. Can I tell you what industry we're all in? It's called the people industry. Okay. And this morning, write that down. People matter. People matter. Whatever line of work that you're in, I want you to know that people matter. People matter. Okay. Anybody else? Any gratitude this morning? We're going to dive right in. Christine Meadows, go for it.
Good morning. I love the prompt that you gave us. Just thinking about people that we're thankful for, and thinking about people that stood up for us in times when we wouldn't stand up for ourselves. And I'm pretty sure she's on here, but Kim Diedemeyer, she is my work mom, my past MCA. She will be my work mom forever. And she was there for me in times where I just did not see the light and I could not believe in myself. And she showed up for me in ways that I would not be who I am today or where I am today if it was not for her. So thank you, Kim.
Come on. Come on.
Thank you, Christine.
Hey, I'll tell you, Kim is a mom to a number of us. Am I right, Christine?
Absolutely.
Kim, I love you so much. So I love seeing you on here each week. Lillian, how about you? Go for it. Can you hear us, Lillian? Is it working for you? It may not be working. Okay, and then
I'm sorry, Dusty. That's my mom. She's logged in on my Zoom. I forwarded her the link.
So. Oh, she's logged in on your Zoom. Okay, what's mom's name?
My mom's name is Mary.
Mary, let's hear from you.
Hi, Dusty. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can. Mary, I was calling you the wrong name over here. I want to listen to you. Go for it, Mary.
Dusty, I am grateful to breathe, smell, touch, and handle life on life's term today. I'm grateful just for my place in life today. I'm grateful for my daughter Lillian, who hooked me up with you the past couple of weeks. You are very encouraging. I'm so grateful for everybody's testimonies and everything. You guys are truly a joy. Thank you for allowing me to be on.
Come on, Mary. We are thankful to have you. You just changed the call, made it even better. Bring everybody you know. Hey, team, here's what I know. you and I were not created to do life alone. Would you agree with that?
Amen. I agree.
Come on, come on. We weren't created to do life alone. And so what we're talking about today, if you saw what the call is about today, here's what it's about today. It's about, what does that look like? How do we do that well? What does it look like to be accountable? Okay, so here's what I want to make sure we understand today, all right? Every single one of us on this call, I'm pretty confident it's not just me, that every single one of us on this call, that anywhere we are not held accountable, we're prone to wonder. Would you agree with that? Right?
I agree.
Anywhere we are not held accountable, we're prone to wonder. And so accountability plays a massive role in our lives. As so many of you have gotten on this morning and said, hey, people have stood in the gap for me. People have seen something in me that maybe I didn't see in myself. Maybe when I felt like I had no idea what to do, how to do it, where to run, right? This is what Christine just said. She said, Kim stepped into that space. And so I want to talk today about, what does it look like to be accountable? That's the first question I want you to write down today. What does it look like for me to be accountable? And we're talking about in our lives. We're talking about if you're a parent today, what does that look like? If you are married today or in a relationship or ever want to be in one, can I tell you accountability is key? Are you with me? In your business, what does it look like for me to be accountable? I think we've got to ask ourselves the question, where are there gaps in my accountability? Okay. One way you can identify gaps in your accountability is to take a look at where you are not achieving at the highest level. Anybody have some spots maybe you're not achieving at the highest level? Right? Okay. It's not that you're not capable. It's that in and of ourselves, everybody hear me, in and of ourselves, we can only get to a certain level. Did you know that? Like at some point, we're going to hit this fundamental ceiling of achievement. And when we hit it, the only way we get to the other side of it is we've got to get purposefully accountable in different areas where we are lacking. Okay? In different areas where we're lacking. So we're going to walk through today, what does that look like for us to step into a place of being accountable? I'm going to share with you a few things kind of through my personal world that have helped me understand this at a higher level. I can tell you today, if it wasn't for stepping into being accountable, I would not be on this call right now. I would not be married to my bride right now. I would not be, there are so many things that would not be if I had not made the choice to be accountable. And the first thing I want you to hear is the language is it's be accountable. Okay? It's not do accountable. You have to step in and be accountable. That's a position. You tracking with me on that? Okay? That's a position that you make a choice to put yourself into a position of accountability. And let me give you a few thoughts around this, okay? So first of all, you want to look for people that are where you desire to go. You tracking with me on this? Like they're living in a manner, the fruit of their lives, you look at and go, hey, man, I want some of that. You got some people around you like that? If you don't, go get them. Okay? Find the people where you go, I want some of that. I want to love like that. I want to serve like that. I want to create that level of income. I want to have that level of influence, right? Whatever it is that you're looking for, find the people who have gone before you, all right? And then ask them to step into this space with you. Are you with me? Okay. Now, there's a few traits you want to look for in these people too, okay? Here's the first one. Everybody write it down. You want to find people who love you enough to tell you the truth. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. And let me tell you how you'll know you found them. You won't like it all the time. Okay? All right? If your relationship with your accountability partner, you've never had a moment of uncomfortable, You've never had a moment of, hey, that hurt, or hey, I don't like you very much right now, then you may not be in a strong, accountable relationship. You tracking with me? And if we're going to go where we desire to go, we got to get outside of ourselves. We got to bring some people into our world and give them permission. I love the way that Felicia said this earlier, to speak into our life. You with me? Okay. You got to give permission for that, to speak into your life. And you got to make sure that they love you enough to tell you the truth. Okay. Let me give you another characteristic. Find people who just are not impressed with you. You with me on this? Okay. Now, mama's on the call. My bride's on the call. And I can tell you this right now. All right. Here's a couple things I love about my bride. She loves me enough to tell me the truth. Okay. She ain't going to buy it. She knows old Dusty. And she's going to lean in. And she's going to lovingly tell me the truth. You tracking with me on this? Can I tell you something else about mama? She ain't impressed with me at all. Okay. All right. Like, I don't take the trash out of my house and walk back inside and she's like, you're amazing. Thank you for taking the trash out. Okay. Right. It's expected. I'm accountable. Take the trash out, bro. Okay. Now, here's what I love about our relationship. We are accountable to each other. You with me? I love mama enough to tell her the truth. Okay. You with me on all this? Now, okay. So look for people that are walking in the manner that you desire to walk, have the influence you desire, are succeeding in the way that you like. Look, everybody hear me. Look at the fruit of their lives. Okay. And then lean in and go, hey, how do I get that type of fruit? What does that look like? Okay. I've been very fortunate from the age of 16. I've had some incredible men in my world who allowed me to be in their space and who helped teach me what it looks like to be accountable. Okay. Now, let me make sure I pause right here, then make sure we all understand something about humanity, though. When we are in a position of accountability and someone leans in to hold us accountable, can I tell you very often what our first reaction is in humanity? Yep. It is to push back and be a victim. Okay. One of my mentors, Gary Keller, wrote a book called The One Thing. Everybody on here should read it. Here's what it talks about. It talks about when life happens. Okay, everybody hear me? Not if life happens, when life happens. Hey, how many of you on the call have had life happen? Okay, we talked about this last week, right? I mean, life's happening all day, every day. But I'm talking today about the deep moments of life happening. The moments that literally knock your legs out from under you. Like you didn't even see it coming. You with me? You had some of these? Okay, and everybody hear me. It's not fair. It's not right. No one said you gotta like it. Okay? But in that moment, you get a choice. Here's what Gary Keller says. He says you get a choice. You get one of two choices. You can either be a victim, or you can choose to be accountable. That's it. Okay. Hey, everybody hear me. I didn't say you had to like it. You're probably not going to. Okay. You're not all of a sudden going to be like, oh man, I love it when I'm in pure pain. Right? Okay. Like you did not write down as your I ams, I am a person who likes pain. Okay. I mean, we may not necessarily like it. It may not be fair, and yet you and I get a choice to be a victim or to be accountable. Tracking with me on this? And our human nature is to first play a victim. Okay, I've coached you on this before. Our job is to draw the circle around ourselves and be accountable to everything inside of it. Okay, what it looks like is taking responsibility. Write that down. You want to be a person that's accountable, you take responsibility. Okay? you put your hand up and you go, that's on me. It's not anybody else's fault. I wasn't dealt a bad hand. It's on me, and I'm going to take responsibility for it. You tracking with me on this? Okay. Be a person is responsible. I want to give you a few characteristics of people that are accountable. Okay. So I'm gonna give you 5 characteristics of an accountable person. And I want you to ask yourself today, are you being an accountable person? Okay. Here's the first thing that accountable people do. Everybody write it down. You ready? They say, watch me. Anybody on the call have a thought of what that means? What is it? What do we mean when we say watch me? How's that a characteristic of an accountable person? This is where y'all got to communicate with me. Anybody? Cherie, what do you think?
It means that watch me means I have goals that I'm going to accomplish. See me roar, see what I can do.
I like that. Yeah. Hey, here's what I'm committed to, and I'm going. So watch me.
Yeah, you're opening yourself up to be watched, right? Like you're asking someone, hey, watch what I'm doing, watch why I'm doing it, watch how I'm doing it, so that they can come back and give you feedback on it.
That's right. That's right. Over here it says walk you talk, right?
Yeah, I say watch me means like observe me.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You're giving people permission. Here's what you're saying. You're saying, watch me and make sure that my feet and my mouth line up. You with me? Can I tell you a little history about Dusty Oglesby that you may or may not know? There was a long season of life when my feet and my mouth did not line up. And can I tell you, it was some of the most painful days and years of my life until I stepped into people who loved me enough to tell me the truth. And I said, hey, will you watch me? Okay. Now, guess what? When you're in an accountable relationship, the second thing accountable people do is they say, tell me. Tell me. What do you think that means? You can type it in the chat box or come off mute. An accountable person says, tell me. What do you think that means, team?
I am open to feedback.
Yeah, that's right. I'm open to feedback. Starling, what do you say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I want you to hold me accountable when my actions are not in line with what I said I was going to do.
That's right. That's right. Hey, here's what I said. Here's my audio. Christine, you nailed this, right? Here's my audio. And does my video line up? Did my feet follow it? And in the event that they do not, will you love me enough to tell me? Okay? Now, I don't know about you, and men, I'm particularly talking to us, okay? Ladies, you do it too. I'm just saying, men, we have like a PhD in this. Is that sometimes even when you tell me, I don't see it. I don't see it, right? I'm still in my spot. I'm still over here in my victim, or I'm still over here and, hey, it ain't my fault. Somebody else did this. Don't you, hey, don't come in my circle, okay? And so I don't see it. And so accountable people say, show me. Will you show me? Will you lay it out for me? Let me tell you one of the toughest moments I've had recently. Okay. And one of the biggest reasons we made some adjustments in our world to where I'm not traveling all the time is I was sitting out front of a Leslie's pool service with my bride. And we had a pool cleaner that was not working properly. I was already frustrated. And we had a marital conversation prior to me going into the Leslie's pool service. You guys ever had a marital conversation before? Jeffrey, you know what I'm talking about. Jeffrey's laughing. He's like, hey, come on now. Come on. We had a marital conversation, one that I did not handle well. And I came back out. I sat down and I immediately saw that my bride was not okay. Okay. And in my frustration, I asked what was going on. And she very calmly, very lovingly said, Dusty, you're always present, but you haven't been as present. Okay. Can I tell you that that didn't feel good? Can I tell you that I went into victim mode? I said, what are you talking about? I'm always present. Like I'm here. I show up, right? And she very lovingly said, did you know the last 3 nights you've sat on the couch and fallen asleep and haven't even known we're in the room? Now, okay, yeah, energy on the call just changed. They're like, oh, he getting personal. Yeah. That was a few months ago in the Oglesby household. And can I tell you something? She was right. And so in that moment, I had a choice, right? I can be a victim or I can be accountable. And I immediately told her, this will change today. Will you watch me? And if it doesn't change, will you tell me? You guys tracking with me on this? Okay, like I'm not coaching you on something that I'm not going to put into play in my own word. I didn't come here to lie to you. Okay, I just want y'all to know we don't wake up every day at the Oglesby house and like, oh, this is wonderful. The world just makes sense, right? All right, like we're living humanity over here. Okay, it's in my DNA. Okay, all right. So accountable people say, show me, lay it out for me. Okay. And then here's the fourth thing accountable people do. They say, ask me. What do you think that means? What do you think ask me means? Anybody? No wrong answer. What do you think?
Follow up with what I said I was going to do.
Yeah. Hey, there you go. Interrogate it, right, David? And interrogate the reality. I said I would do it. I told you I did it. Will you come in and make sure that I did it? Anybody ever stretch the truth just a little bit? Just a little bit? Anybody? You ever do that? Your humanity comes out, right? Yeah. So I have a spiritual mentor. He asks me 3 questions all the time when I talk to him. Here's what they are. He says, Dusty, did you lie to me today? That's what he asked me. Did you lie to me today? I say, no, sir, I didn't. He says, did you lie to you today? And I say, no, I didn't lie to me today. And then he says, did you just lie to me about lying to me and you? Right? So I mean, he just leans in a little more. He's known me since I was 16 years old, right? He knows I like to do that. Hey, everybody hear me. Can I tell you a disease we all have? It's called this. We like to look good and be right. All of us. We all want to look good. We all want to be right. Okay? We don't like to be wrong. We don't like to be called out. Here's what ask me really means. I want you to write this down because this is super important. Here's what it means. Ask me the questions that I don't want to answer. That's accountable. Ask me the questions that I don't want to answer. Lean in on my answer. Okay? You with me on this? You're in a great accountable relationship when you get ready to get on that call that sometimes maybe you're just a little bit nervous. Like, yep, they're going to get me today. Okay? Track with me on this? All right. And then here's the 5th one. And I'll tell you out of all 5, I think this is the toughest one. Okay? Here's what it is. Help me. Help me. Hey, we live in this world that tells us we got to be the best all day long in everything. You got to be the best friend. You got to be the best parent. You got to be the best employee. You got to be the best leader. You got to be the best. You got to strive for more and more and more. And so we wring ourselves out on a daily basis and we get exhausted. Tracking with me on this? And maybe you're feeling this way today. Maybe you're like, yeah, like today I'm tired. Okay. Here's what I want you to hear it again. You were not created to do this life alone. Okay. You were created to do it in community. That's why we started this whole thing, so that we would have a community where we could come together. And you know what we're doing on this call? We're putting our hand up and going, help me. Like, hey, I want to live well. I want to love well. I want to serve well. I want to grow well. Okay. You tracking with me on this? And here's what I want you to know. Okay. Everybody write this down. If you don't hear anything else I say, hear this. I may say that like 10 times a day, but hear this. Okay. Raising your hand and asking for help is a sign of maturity, not weakness. Doesn't make you weak. Makes you strong. Are you with me? Doesn't make you weak, makes you strong. When we put our hand up and go, hey, I need some help. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how I got here. Okay. I just know I'm a mess. All right. So let me give you some truth about Dusty that I trust will resonate with you. About 15 years ago, my life was an absolute mess. Now, on the surface, people didn't know that. Okay. You ever been that? Right? Like you got a good picture, you got a good front, but inside of you, you're dying. Okay. You got secrets. You got pain, right? But you're not gonna let anybody know that. Well, let me tell you this. When the pain gets great enough, you'll let somebody know about it. And 15 years ago, I reached out to who used to be my college roommate, and I said, I need some help because I'm not okay. And nobody knows, but I know, and I'm not okay. And I asked him, will you step into this space with me? Will you hold me to the standard of a man that I desire to be? Because right now I don't even have standards. Okay. And he stepped into that space with me, stood for me, man, in ways that I can't even explain to you. Okay. Like this guy, like if I go silent, he will find me, break down my door, come in and pick my little butt up and drag me out. Okay. Like he loves me that much. All right. And a season in our accountability. All right. He called me one day and he said, hey man, let's go to lunch. And I was like, that's awesome. Because most of the time we went to lunch, he paid for it and I didn't have a whole lot of money. So I said, yeah, let's go. I think that'd be great. Let's go to lunch. So we went to lunch. We sat down, I ordered, and he did not, which I thought was weird because we were at lunch. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And I said, hey man, you're not going to eat? He said, brother, I didn't come here to eat. I came to talk to you. Okay. So I already knew, here comes the accountability, right? And then here's what he said. I want you to write it down because this is what accountability looks like. Here's what he said. He said, I want you to remember for the next 5 minutes that I love you because it's about to feel like I don't. Okay, I'll say that to you again. I want you to remember for the next 5 minutes that I love you because it's about to feel like I don't. And then I want you to know that that was the truest statement that brother had ever said because then he hammered me. He looked me straight in the face and said, stop wasting my time. Stop showing up and telling me that you desire to be this level of a man and then blatantly and purposefully and intentionally walk out of here and choose not to do that. Stop wasting my time. He said, you want to be buddies? We'll be buddies. You want to go to lunch? We'll go to lunch. But don't come in here and ask me to hold you to the standard if you don't give a flip about holding the standard. And then he went further. He said, I want to tell you the truth today. You're a liar. You're a cheater. You're a thief. Okay? Reamed me. Okay? And let me tell you what old Dusty did. I became a victim. You ever done that? I stood up. I threw my chair underneath. And I said, you can't talk to me like that. Okay, now time out. A few years earlier, I asked him to talk to me like that. Okay, I gave him permission to speak into my world. I said, you can't talk to me like that. And then I said this, y'all should have been there. It was a great moment. Okay, great, awful moment. I stood up my 5'6" frame and I said, I am a grown man. That's what I said, right in his face. I'm a grown man. Okay, that's what I said. And he said, I don't see a man. Yep, that's what he said. Yep. So I stormed out of the restaurant. I was done. You ain't talking to me like that. I got out to my vehicle and let me tell you something, man. I imploded. For the first time in my life, somebody told me the truth. They didn't coddle me. They didn't buy what I was putting down. He said, man, I love you enough. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm not going to stand here and watch you do it. I love you too much. So I had a choice. I could be a victim or I could be accountable. So I walked back into the restaurant and I said, thank you for telling me the truth. And I'm all in. Okay. Now, so fast forward. All right. I promise you with full integrity, we would not be on this call if it was not for that defining moment in my life that day. Okay. Everything that we've started here is called defined, right? You know why? Because every one of you on this call, every one of us have defining moments like that. Yes or no? Moments that you can go back and you can remember, hey, this moment changed the trajectory of my life. Okay. But it only changes by your choice. You with me? Okay. We choose to be a victim. Those are the results we're going to get. We choose to be accountable. Those are the results we're going to get. Okay. And everybody write this down. One conversation may not change somebody's life, but one conversation can. One conversation may not change somebody's life, but one conversation can. And that day changed my life. Okay, tracking with me? He did exactly what I just coached you. He watched me. He told me. He showed me. He asked me. And then when I put my hand up and said, will you help me? He helped me. And he's helped me every day since. Okay, tracking with me on this? The reason we started this call with you putting down those people in your world that have radically changed your life was because of that. Was because of that. Okay. And here's how we're going to start to finish the call today. Okay. So we're going to do something really cool with all 100 of you that are on. All right. If you're on camera, I want you to stay on camera. I want you to pick one person that you just wrote down that you would not be who you are without them today. Okay. Wouldn't be who you are. And today I want you to pick up the phone right here on this call, and I want you to call them and I want you to tell them. Okay. Hey, and everybody hear me. Don't just say I'm thankful for you. That's why I'm calling. I want you to tell them specifically why you are thankful for them. That you wouldn't be who you are today had it not been for them and the way that they stood in your life. Okay. You cool with that? You ready? Okay. So I'm gonna just play one more song. I want you to pick up the phone. I want you to call at least one person. I want you to tell them today, thank you for holding me up. Thank you for standing in the gap in this season of my life, or I wouldn't be who I am today. Okay. I'm gonna play one more song. I want you to get on the phone and then we're gonna circle back up, see how it went. Okay. Here we go.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. And you say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours. The only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I'm held when I am falling short, when I don't belong. Oh, you say I'm yours, and I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have and now I'm laying it at your feet. You'll have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Ooh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held when I am falling short, when I don't belong. Oh, you say I'm yours, and I believe. Oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe. Oh, I believe. Yes, I believe what you say of me. I
All right. How you doing? Are you angry at me?
Thank you.
How many of you that conversation you got a little bit in your voice when you called? Did you get a little shaky in your voice?
Absolutely. Still crying.
There you go. How about on the other end?
So
Get anything back? Hey, let me ask you this. How many of you got this on the other end? Did somebody say, is everything okay? Did anybody get that?
No, I needed that.
I needed that. There you go. Yeah. Here's what I love about what we just did, team. Number one, if they said, is everything okay? Can I tell you something? It means we ain't calling enough. Okay? It means we're not calling enough. And I also want to tell you this, call while you can. You with me? Call while you can. How many of you had some names written down today of people that you can't call? You know what I'd give for 30 seconds with a dude named Wayne? But I call Dad. So we make the calls so that we tell them while we can. All right. And here's what I know. It changes your heart, changes their heart. It's part of what gratitude is. And I guarantee you we wouldn't be who we are without these people. Yes or no? Right. Okay. This is what it looks like. If you are missing accountability in your world, I want to encourage you to go get it. Okay. It will be one of the best things you have ever done in your life. Okay. If I can help you in that, call me, reach out. We're all in this together. Okay. We're all in this together. We're not here to do this alone. We're all in this together. You tracking with me on this? Come on now. All right. Give me some ahas from today. What are some takeaways you got from today? Let's hear from you. What are your takeaways today? I can do this all over again if y'all want.
No, so cuz I wanted to jump in here. I know I may be one of those outliers in the education world. What we've been having conversations, and I put it in chat. What comes first, trust or vulnerability? But you know what I'm trying to say. Vulnerability.
Vulnerability. Yep.
There you go.
That's right.
You've got to find an accountability partner, exactly as you said, is going to tell you those things you don't want to hear.
That's
You
right.
know, 6 years ago, my life was not in a good place.
That's
And I
right.
had to reform my circle with people that were accountability partners and were going to tell me things I didn't want to hear. And I got told a lot of things I didn't want to hear. But I can tell you today, 6 years later, I am better, not bitter. And I'm probably the best I've ever been in these 56 years.
Come on. Come on. Tell them, cuz I love it. Somebody else. Vulnerability comes before trust. Come on now. What else? What'd you take away today? What'd you learn? What'd you take away? Anybody? Anybody? Go for it, Christine.
Raising your hand and asking for help is a sign of maturity, not weakness.
Yeah. Yeah. We think it's weakness. It's not, team. It's maturity. Putting your hand up and going, hey, I need some help. I don't know what I don't know. Right? Putting your hand up and saying, hey, I do know what I know, and I know there's more to know. Okay? Not being arrogant to think we have it all figured out. Okay? Rhett, how about you, buddy?
Well, I learned quite a bit considering I wasn't on the call at all. I literally logged in like a minute and a half ago. So I'll tell you what I learned this morning is that your systematic schedule is absolutely pivotal in the progress that you want to make, because it absolutely threw me off my routine this morning. Something happened and I literally just saw it pop up on Facebook while I was trying to get my kid to school. So I had somebody take care of that for me and ran up here. And yeah, the schedule is extremely important. So I'm sorry that I missed it, but I'm sure that it was a great call and hope everybody has a great day. Learn from my mistake if you can.
There we go. There we go. Hey, that's accountable right there, isn't it? You want to know what accountability looks like? Rhett just showed you. There you go. Tom Maddox, how about you, sir?
Thank you for the opportunity, Dusty. Listen, I couldn't let this go by with just, I just want to thank you personally. This was a message that I needed to hear. I'm often ashamed at the age I am in life to fall into victimhood thinking as often as I do. And for you to go through that and share your experience and it be so real, so heartfelt, yeah, I just can't tell you. I found out about this call. This is the first time that I've ever been on it, on a Facebook post that I saw. And so I got it scheduled for this call. It's my first time here. This is just so valuable coaching, and I'm grateful to you. Just wanted to share that.
Hey, brother Tom, thank you. Thank you for being on, man. Thank you for being honest and vulnerable. And that's where we grow, team. Honesty is a fertile soil where we grow, right? Cherie, wrap us up. What do you got?
Oh man, you hit me with the victim. I thought I was right when I was telling all those people off. I'm kidding, kind of ish, right?
Yeah.
And so that is really my nugget today. When I'm feeling some kind of way, when I get some feedback, is to make sure that I open up, and that I trust myself enough to receive whatever is coming out. Especially when it is coming from an accountability partner. So thank you for that today.
Yeah, from a place of love. That's right. Amanda, go for it.
Hey, I just wanted to share something that was said at ALC clinic on Friday that has been with me all weekend. It's been a rough morning, so I've have it pulled out right here in the car, and I just keep reading it over and over because I really just want to turn around and go back home instead of go to the office. But motivation is the result, not a reason.
I like that. Motivation is a result, not a reason. Very good. I love it. Hey, team, I love you. I'm so thankful for you. I don't know about you, man. I sure like Monday morning starting off like this. All right. This is your week. You define it. Make the choice this week to be accountable in every part of your world. Okay. Every part of your world. All right. I promise you it will go well with you. All right. I love you guys. Bless you. Somebody asked about the recording of this. It is on Facebook Live. We also will have the recording And I look forward to seeing you next week on the same call. Okay. Bless you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dusty.
Go get them this week. Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you, Dusty.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Bless you. Take care.